everyone, welcome back to another episode of Too Opinionated.
This is Nav.
And this is Bhumika, sharing opinions you never asked us for.
Well, it has been a while, hasn't it?
A long while.
Why don't we start today's episode with what has happened since.
First things first, this episode is being recorded in rooms that are literally 10,000 kilometers apart, different time zones, different countries, and different continents altogether.
Yes, and that was on my list of shit that went down.
Do you want to talk more about it?
Yes, I can start. Okay, so first thing first, I did end up moving back to India for a while. And as I've been saying it to all my friends, it's not a permanent thing, it's just indefinite. There are some things that I need to take care of back home. And once they are done, I am a free bird.
That is amazing, and I hope you are free sooner.
Yeah, for your own personal gains, you mean?
There's no personal reason, but I have noticed the change has not been easy for you.
My God, the things I have figured out. I think while I was living in India, I was still very young. Like I moved to Canada when I was 18. So I was like freshly adult when I was shipped there. And now that I'm back as adult, my rose-colored glasses are not there anymore. I can see and acknowledge that it completely feels like a different world.
Different how?
Everything is different. For example, I don't recognize my city anymore. Like for the people who don't know, I live in Punjab. It's the northern part of India. And I live in relatively a big city in Punjab. Like in my own state, it's a big city. We have everything that one could ever think about. But still, I feel like my city has degraded in a sense. Like it's more polluted. Population has increased a lot. It feels the city has developed in a way that it doesn't feel like my city anymore. It doesn't feel like the place where I was born and raised.
I get that, especially because I went to India about 3 months ago, and every time I go back, it feels less and less like home. And though the changes or upgrading or degrading has a part to play in it, I also feel that it does not feel like home anymore because things that made it home, the people that made it home, are not really there. Everyone has moved on, right? And we go back in the search of memories, but we forget that they are memories for a reason because they are not the reality anymore.
I also feel like this that once you move away from a place, when you come back, in your mind, that place is still the same. But
Mhm.
we forget, like, while we moved away, that place also moved on.
True. True.
Right? If the people moved on, most of my friends are not in the city anymore. Whoever is in the city, they have their own jobs and families, and it's not the same friend group that could hang out every day because we all have responsibilities and things to do. So
Mhm.
in my mind, it was like it's the same. This is a city I was raised in. I have so many people. Yes, I have so many people, but they have their own lives while I was having my own life too. And sometimes it doesn't materialize in your brain when you're away.
Also, not to sound like a negative person, but going back home kind of also reminds you why you moved away, no?
That was the next thing on my list. The things that went down. I figured out that we see memes about families from our dad's side and this side, and they're both the same. They are both the same. It's just different shade of the same color.
Or different levels of same evil.
Exactly. And I say this, there are some exceptions, of course, but same colors, different shades.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So, are you one of those NRIs who are now having third world problems that we used to make fun of?
I would deny.
That means you agree.
Okay, the weirdest issue I have here is, and okay, if I say it to someone else, they will not get it. The weirdest issue I have is the air quality. Air quality is so bad right now because of various reasons. Biggest problem I'm having, I can't smell my own perfumes. And someone who loves. But I see again, this seems like a ridiculous problem. There are people dying in this world, but this is what you asked for. Also, another problem I have, they don't have good sushi here.
I think that's more on the geographical location as well.
I know,
Uh,
but still, like I miss
people
Sushi.
Okay, that's one update that you moved back to India. It's not permanent. So, for everyone who has been asking me, where's Nav? What happened to Nav? Nav is well and alive.
Oh, well and alive and thriving.
Nav is just
Nubbing.
Nav is just being the elder daughter that she needs to be and take care of some things.
Bro, I'm not the elder daughter. I'm the only child.
Yes, yes, yes. So Nav is well and alive. Um, because so many people have asked me that where is she? I'm like, she's fine. Just because she isn't with me doesn't mean she's not okay.
Also, this is awesome opportunity to address this part. I choose to do something different with my time, and I had the time and freedom and space to do this. Like, just take whatever time I need off from career ladder and whatever. I feel if everyone has that opportunities, they should take it. I know there were so many things that I needed to do back home, yes, but these past few months I have rested a lot. My brain is functioning better. I
Mhm.
am being more creative. I started making random videos on Instagrams. I have never done that in Canada. I am much more just whimsical. I don't wake up with an alarm. And that is the best part. I don't have to worry about cooking. That is also the best part.
You never had to worry about cooking while in Canada.
Yes, that is true too. I was coming to that. Like God has given me such nice people around me that I don't have to really worry about so many things. Like I feel like past few months has been really nice for me. I have actually rested. I feel a lot better. I have spent time with my family after 10 years. And that was the next thing on my list of things that happened. I celebrated my 29th birthday last October, and this was my first birthday after my 18th, which I was home with my family. So that was really amazing. I reconnected with some of my family from my dad's side, and that happened after 20 some years. And that was very emotional for all of us, you know. So that was something nice. And now I have a set of new cousins, which I met for the very first time last year, and I'm getting to know them. That is really great. I also am single mom now. Because I adopted a cute little puppy, and her name is Lemon Darcy Chima. And I feel like I have become one of those people who only talk about their kids. Like my screensaver is her. My phone is full of her videos, and I post her a lot.
I agree. The person who is on the receiving end of all those videos and photos, I agree. Also, as the godmother of Lemon Darcy Chima, I have to say this. She is cute beyond explanation. That creature does something to you.
She is so sassy. I kid you not. I sometimes feel this child is like some another level. If I'm working at night, she's okay, she's fine. But if it's late in the night and I'm on my phone just scrolling, she'll just come up to me because she sleeps with me on my bed. She'll come up to me and she'll like look dead into my eyes, and I can almost feel her saying, "Are you gonna put that thing away or not?" So she's very sassy, she's very nice, and she's you know, my whole heart. She's cutest, yes. But moving on from my child, I am officially a student now. That's a very big thing that happened in last year as well.
What are you studying?
What I have always wanted to study history and political science. I do need that base for my law studies, but I'm having fun.
What is the experience studying back in India after almost a decade? Because the education system is very different.
I feel like it that our schooling is much, 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 much more better than any Western schooling, but our university are not at that standard. At least not on bachelor's level. I'm
What
going to one of
makes
the.
you say that?
It could just be my subjects, but I just feel the syllabus, teaching styles, teachers, I just find them lacking. I'm a hoarder of knowledge. I have read lots of history, and like that is my special interest. I don't feel like I'm learning anything. So I don't think so. The syllabus is as challenging, or
It's challenging
the
for someone who hasn't. I'm sorry I
yeah.
interrupted you, but for someone who hasn't studied history and a political science like you did, the syllabus is challenging, I would assume at least.
I guess so, but I can only speak from my my experience. For example, I think I was talking to you earlier also. Like I had this political science exam, and I was so bored out of my mind. I almost didn't attempt it all of it. because it was mind numbingly boring. Political science should be thought provoking. It should not bore you to level of not caring. That is how you make non thinkers. I mean, like someone who's wanting to study political science probably want to go in the fields that should have critical thinking. I just feel like my critical thinking, like the two brain cells I had died.
I think you make non-thinkers by saying mitron.
Huh? I almost didn't get it. I almost didn't get it. That was funny. Bro, we can't discuss anymore until I'm in India, okay?
Okay, for anyone who is not an Indian and did not get the subcontext of this joke, please reach out. I'll explain. Saying anything more could actually land us in trouble.
Well, land me in trouble because you're not reachable. I am.
Okay, because the intention for this episode is to be light and fun, let's not involve politics at all.
Okay, fine. Let's moving on. What else went down? So we have covered me coming to India. We have covered your niece. I have covered my studies. Oh yeah, I am doing something really, really interesting for my 30th birthday, which is still 37 weeks and I think 4 days away.
What is that? Something interesting do you want to share?
Obviously, I want to share when I have ever been quiet about anything. So I'm turning 30 this year in October, and I really wanted to do something momentous. I wanted to do this 30 things for my 30th birthday. Okay, little things as skydiving, learning calligraphy. It's ultimate wish list of mine, which I wanted to do it, but I never had time or never really had motivation to do it. And the biggest things on the list are I want to read 30 books before I turn 30. So if you guys have any recommendation, please send them my way. I want to travel to 30 cities before my birthday, and I want to be on in 30th city on the day of my birthday. Mostly all the cities are in Southeast Asia and India. I think I'll be traveling a lot, which is going to be fun. Why I'm making this list is I want to do something that involves creating, learning, and just enjoying life before I turn 30. So, in creating, I am focusing on getting into painting again and hopefully selling my first ever art piece. So, the list is very artistic, spiritual, and resting, enjoying life.
Essentially, you are going on anti-capitalism sprees or consumerism, I should say,
Yes.
because as far as I can understand from what you have shared, the intention is to learn and grow and consume what brings value rather than consume what's being told is consuming worthy.
My main intention was like, I am doing everything I ever wanted to do till now. I don't think so buying this or that is anything on my list. My whole list is mostly about experiencing things, and that doesn't require like buying anything specific.
You know, as you said about experience, and I know we are talking about your list, but I recently made this pact, and I think I have been following it for about 3 months now, that I will only spend my money on experience.
Hmm.
I will not withhold myself from enjoying things that bring me joy and are worth the experience. I'll spend the money, but I will shy away from spending it on things and trinkets because I was just sitting one day and reflecting that most of the things that I really value and have amazing memory in my life come from experience. They don't come from something that I possess. So
Hmm.
I really like how you said that you want to experience life,
Hmm.
which I feel in this life where everything is very 9 to 5, you're worried about paying your bills. And to be fair, you can't also run away from that because of the kind of structure and society we are living in. But sometimes we forget to experience life, which is essential in order to maintain our sanity.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with everything. Also, it's admirable that if we can step away from consuming. I fear that all of us we consume way too much, and sometimes just because we get influenced from social media. And the more we consume, the more it's not good for our own financial situations. However rich you might be, there are always things that you can just do without. And second, it's not good for environment either.
And if I can add third point to it, and I acknowledge that we are sidetracking, but I came up with this theory recently. I don't know if this is my theory or I'm plagiarizing someone, but I feel that every physical thing that we own
Mm-hmm.
takes brain space.
Yes, definitely.
And the more you own, the more messed up your brain is.
Hmm.
Never mind. Not the topic, not the discussion, but all I'm trying to say is that I love that you are heading towards experiences.
Yes, okay. So, heading towards something, I am done with the list. So, you tell us what went down with you.
Uh, what went down with me since? So, first things first, I got one of my dream jobs that I really, really, really was working towards from almost 5 to 7 years.
The the dream job, the capital bold italics, the.
Well, I am officially an academic advisor now. That's the first update that I have. It will be almost 1 year in another month that I am in my current role, and I am absolutely loving it. I love meeting new people every day. Not actually new people, some of them come back again and again, but meeting a lot of different people every day. I love my co-workers, so it's an amazing part of my life, and I'm really proud of the work that I do. Other than that, the second update that I have
No, I have
is
a question about the first update.
okay.
How does it, we have all, like, we all know how it feels when you're working towards something. How does it feel once you finally get it?
If I'm being very honest with you, unfortunately, after a time, it becomes very normal.
I mean, because that becomes your new normal.
You do tend to start taking it for granted. Okay, I'll give you an example. So, I had been in my role for about 5, 7 months. It just became my regular routine. It didn't give me any extra joy on the top of what my life looked like. And then I got a business card holder made, which had my name on it engraved. It was a wooden card holder. And when I held it in my hand, it was a strong reminder of how I am living my dream that I had been working towards from so many years. My dream is my reality now.
Mhm.
So it feels amazing to achieve something that you really worked towards, but the gratitude tends to slip away. So it
Mhm.
has to be a constant work and reminder to sometimes sit in your energy and to feel grateful for what you have. And if you suffer from imposter syndrome like me, almost every other day you'll feel, oh, it's not a big deal. So I hope that answers your question.
That
It
does,
feels
but
amazing, but you tend to forget it pretty soon.
I think we all should just strive to remind us every day that, you know, we are grateful for this life. And also, I think this is why everyone says, there's always another mountain. Like you climb one and then you always want to climb another one. I think we all can take this lesson as we need to just sit and actually enjoy the things we achieve.
Yeah, and that's why I said it's one of my dream jobs because I'm already working towards the next one. It does feel as thrilling, I would say.
Mhm.
Anytime I introduce myself to anyone as an academic advisor, it definitely makes me feel very proud of myself.
And you should be, because you did work really, really hard. Like coming as an international student in that college, and now you are in an official position and guiding students. Like that's an amazing feat to accomplish.
Thank you. It is definitely a full circle moment for me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And anyone who knows me really closely knows that I manifested this job on my first day as an international student, as during my orientation, and now I work at the same institution. Yeah, amazing.
amazing. Okay, let's not get sappy. Moving on. The second thing on your list.
Second thing on my list is I visited India. We
Mm-hmm,
celebrated your birthday together. I
mm-hmm,
spent almost a month at home. I just needed some downtime. I needed to rest. So I intentionally took time off and spent it
mm-hmm.
at home. I didn't do anything. I ate lots of good food. I took time to remind myself who I am and what do I really want in life. And I visited Golden Temple for the very first time. For anyone who knows me knows how much I have been wanting to go there. And when it finally happened, it felt like homecoming. It actually felt like homecoming. I still remember each and every second of that day. I have goosebumps talking about it right now. I had goosebumps when I was there. I was crying inconsolably, not good or bad, just crying. It literally felt I came home.
Yeah.
So
It's
that
a
was,
very mesmerizing place. I have been there so many times, and still, whenever I visit, I'm just like awestruck.
I wouldn't say I was awestruck. It actually felt I came home.
Hmm.
I
Well,
was not.
in a way, that is our home.
Yes, but I did not feel I'm in awe of something. I just felt I am where I belong.
That is really nice. Also, as you said that you needed rest and you took time to rest, I was thinking that it's very rare that women take intentional breaks. So, whenever I see any woman who's taking some time just to rest, that is one of the greatest thing to ever see. Yeah, I'm not doing anything, I'm resting, just resting. That is so rare.
I think it's great that women take time away intentionally, but let's acknowledge it's also a luxury.
Oh, definitely, it's a
Not
luxury.
everyone can afford to, not everyone knows that they can. So I'm grateful for that. And I think we all should be. Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, let's not get zapped. So, moving on. Next thing on the list.
The next thing on the list is I officially started working on my business, which is Letters by B. It's about handwritten, customized letters that I write for people and then I mail them. And in December, I did my first event as well because I'm
Mm-hmm.
also trying to get into events where I have a table, and whoever you are celebrating as a guest, I write a letter for them on your behalf. Of course, whosoever event it is, that person would hire me, but it is, you can say, a gift for them from their guests. So
Mm-hmm.
I did my first event in December, and it was Letters to Santa. It was someone's kid's birthday party. It went really well. I received a very good response, and I got some orders after that. So that was a very good way to end the year because something again that I have been thinking about from a long time. I finally put it out in the world, and now I'm slowly working on developing it, and hopefully, more people would like it and would want to work with me.
Yeah, that's amazing. I know when the initial idea came, and I'm so glad to see that it's actually in action. Because I know, as someone who has received lots of letters from you, you do a damn good job.
Thank you.
so, so it's about like time that other experience the amazing writing you have.
Thank you. And yes, my year has been very eventful. However, certain events cannot be talked about. Otherwise, also, it has been a great year. When I was going through things, it was definitely very challenging. But now that I look back, I don't regret anything. It changed me as a person. It made me stronger. And just in my therapy session yesterday, I said something which sums up it very nicely that after whatever I have been through in the last year, I want to be more of who I am. I don't want to limit myself anymore. That's the intention I want to get into 2026 with. There is no other intention, there are no resolutions, there is nothing. Just one energy that I want to be more of who I am.
And I think that is the ultimate thing you can do. There is a Gurbani verse which is Manjite Jagjit, which basically means that if you win your heart, if you win yourself, I think win here can be translated into that if you know yourself, if you can be true to yourself, you can just own this world. You don't need to own the world if you are true to yourself. So that's very nice. That's the ultimate thing you can do in your life. But therapy reminds me, another thing on my list, I finally started therapy. And my therapist was, I wish you had come to me like 7, 8 years ago.
Tell me about it. Tell her there is a person in my life that has been telling me that you need to go to therapy from last 7 to 8 years.
I should have been therapy from the day I was born.
Maybe when you were 2 years. Let's give you first 2 years.
I think the trauma of being in this world was enough. I think day one would be good enough. It's a fun episode. It's a fun episode.
It's funny how we have to remind ourselves that.
This almost make me question, are we not fun people?
Are we so intense?
I don't think so we can truly answer this. I don't think so we can answer this. I think others would have to.
Yeah, I wanna say something, but it would also mean that we are not so humble people. I think we are funny, but we are intellectually funny.
I think we are situationally funny. I can't make a joke unless we are in that situation where it seems, you know what, I don't wanna go into this conversation. We are not having this conversation. No, I don't wanna acknowledge any of it, okay? Moving on, we are fun people where we can do a fun episode.
Okay, so now that we have given everyone the gist of our life in past 10 months, why don't we make it into a fun Q&A? We'll ask each other some questions and
Okay.
then we both can answer those.
Okay.
Maybe
I'm up
then
for
we can
it.
be funny.
Okay. And now it's a challenge.
Do you have any question for me?
Hmm. This almost feels like a first date. Oh, what's your favorite color, by the way? What flowers do you like? I don't want to admit that was me trying to be funny.
Okay, so since we are failing at our attempt of being funny and doing a light episode, why don't we just do a Q&A which helps anyone who is listening us get to know us a little better?
I disagree with the being funny, feeling funny, whatever that part was, but yes, Q&A, I'm up for it.
Okay, let me ask you this because you said you want to read 30 books, you already have 10 on your list. I don't want a list of what you want to read, but what kind of books do you usually read?
I don't know how to answer that question without being censored. Okay, I don't only read smart, okay? I know my laughing indicated that. I don't only. Let me clarify now. I cannot have this. So, okay. No. I love to read fantasy. Fantasy fiction is one of my favorite genre, but I would read anything but self-help books. I think the whole genre is like a big freaking scam. I wouldn't read that. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. But other than that, I would read anything. I love his history books. I actually love reading about historic figures. I do love that. I love reading poetry as well. Nikita Gill is one of my favorite poets. I love her writing, absolutely. And I also love historic, like retellings of historic women. For example, there was, I forgot the author's name, but there was a story about retelling of Medusa, and I think like historically she has been one of the very misrepresented figures. So I do like have like a wide interest in reading.
That's amazing list. And on that note, I'm also on final chapters of a book which is from Draupadi's point of view in Mahabharata. It's called The
That is
Palace.
on my list, and also I literally ordered like a copy in Punjabi for my mom. I think it's in Punjabi or Hindi. Like I wanted my mom to read it.
It's an amazing book. And I have no shame in admitting it that I started reading this book almost 2 years ago. And it took me almost 2 years to finish it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish it in next few days because it's very interesting now. They're fighting. But it is so intense that I had to step away from it for a while and read something else and then go back to it. I read the book in breaks instead of going all in. And I think that just goes to show how well written it is. It's an amazing book. I'm so happy you're reading it. Anyone else who is interested, please read The Palace of Illusions by Chitra Banerjee. It is one of the most phenomenal books out there from a woman's perspective, written by a woman. I literally love that book.
Do you want to hear like some of my list? I think they are amazing books. Like I think people would like that too.
Yeah, sure.
So I am trying to involve more female authors in my reading. There's a book, Last Queen by Chitra. I think Chitra Banerjee's whole. She's an amazing writer. Chitra Banerjee is on my list to read. There's another book which is God of Small Things, and one of the people I admire in my life, she recommended it to me, and she's like, "This book changed my life," and I'm like, "Well, your writing changed my life, so if this changed your life, I really want to read it." There's another writer, Ali Kaur Jaswal. So she's like a Punjabi writer, and she writes about prominently Punjabi society stories about them. So she's on the list to read. And there's this amazing book I have heard only good reviews about, The Daughter of the Moon Goddess. That's on my list. And also there's this book which I don't feel like I want to read because kind of is into self-help category, but my therapist was half to, and she said it's not a self-help book. So I was like, okay, fine. The body keep the score.
Can I ask you why you don't like self-help books?
It's preachy, it doesn't work for everyone, it's way too generalized, and people who write them don't usually follow their own advice. And we have seen mostly when you give these gurus some years, they show their true selves to you. They're all, this whole community of people who write self-help book has been indulging in scandals.
Don't you think you're journalizing at this point?
I mean, yes, I could be generalizing. There could be just like 1 out of 100 people who's actually really good. But we have seen this. Any person who only writes self help books or preachy kind of books, they always have like a huge scandal around them. You can pick one and I can tell you the scandal. I do have my stats. So I don't like the genre.
Okay. I mean, you have your reasons. I don't have much to say about that. But on that note, I do want to say there are so many people out there who think only factual books can help you learn something. But if
Oh,
you actually read, I feel fictional books teach you more.
this is the reason we don't have like media literacy right now, because people believe only reading non-fiction is good. Reading fiction teaches you how to look behind the curtain.
Also, it makes you very creative. It increases your imagination power because you are imagining what is happening in the book. And on top of that, as you said, you don't like self-help books because they are preachy. I feel fictional books always have some sort of lessons in them, but they come very subtly. They
Mm-hmm.
don't come as a preaching, they come as okay, this happened and that's why this happened. So you can put one and one together and see how it's a two,
Yeah,
rather than someone telling you that it is a two.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel fictional books are great. I love them, and anyone who doesn't read them should read them.
Seconded, I have met intelligent people who do not read, but I have never met an intelligent person who just read nonfiction. Honestly, like that's my hot take. Okay, moving on.
Now that you have told me that you don't only read smart, which first of all, no one ever accused you of, it was your laughter.
No, because it's the fact that for last few years, 4 to be exact, I have only ever read fan fictions.
So my question is, what does reading do to you?
That's an amazing question, first of all. I just love stories. I love stories in any format. I love writing them. I love reading them. I love watching them on TV. I just love stories. You can live so many different lives from the books you read. Very, very funny example of this. Remember when we were in that cabin for your birthday and we wanted to light that fireplace, and we were able to just because I read it in a book how light it teaches you lessons and sometimes you learn something.
That's great.
And what does it do for you?
For me, it silences the external noise. It is my way to relax and calm down. So I have this ritual which I am not able to do every day, but I try to. That after I have finished everything for the day, I have wrapped up, I have finished my work, cooked, cleaned, taken a shower, had my dinner, everything is done. I turn on a yellow light lamp that I have in my living room and I make myself peppermint tea and then I read. I put my phone on D&D. I don't look at my phone. I journal and I read. That's what I do before going to sleep. And regardless of how difficult my day has been, reading takes away all of that for me. It just silences anything that is not worth my time and energy.
That all sounded so relaxing.
It is. Anyone who wants to should try this. Yellow light, peppermint tea, a book, and your journaling notebook. Those are the best things that you can do for yourself. Trust me.
Yeah, I'll try it sometimes. Well, I do have a question for you.
Hmm.
What are you currently excited for, if there is anything?
Studying.
That answer is not gonna make us sound fun.
I love studying. I don't know, but I'm trying that this year I can work on acquiring all the prerequisites that I need in order to do my master's, which involves about 300 hours of volunteer work, if I'm not wrong, and I need to do 5 or 6 psychology courses. So I am planning to do a lot of studying in summer and fall, and hopefully next year I can officially start my master's. Something that I'm really excited about because I have been thinking about this from a long time, and I thought 2026 is the year when I take action. I was confused about it because I always. Okay, so to give everyone some context, I want to do masters in counseling. I want to become a therapist. I'm very passionate about it because of my lived experiences, and now I want to help others out there, especially women. I have been thinking about it from a long time, but I decided that this year is the year of action, and the only way to find out if I'll become a good therapist or not, if this is a field for me or not, is to take the first step. So I'm hoping I can get a volunteer position which helps me figure out if I am just good at listening and being there for others, or I actually have the capability of officially becoming a therapist. And then maybe next year I can update you guys if I have started my masters or I have given up. But either ways, I'm really excited about that.
It just seems like 2026 is the year of doing
Are you excited about something?
a lot of things. After your whole thing, it's gonna sound so So something. I think mostly I'm excited about getting to know where exactly I will be on my birthday. I'm excited what city I'll be and what would I have finished. Hopefully everything on my list, but who I would be after doing everything on my list. Now I have these things I want to do. What then? Like I have done it all. What then? Right? So I'm like, excited for that.
I don't think it sounds any less than what I plan to do, because I plan to discover if I have the potential of becoming a therapist, and you are on your journey to discover yourself after doing all this you want to do.
I don't like notion of discovering yourself because, well, at least when it comes to me, because I know exactly
I
who
don't
I am.
discover who you are, but as you said, that you want to know how life changes after you do everything that you want to do. So,
Yeah.
in that sense, I mean that you are discovering a newer version of yourself as you go along the path of doing everything that makes you happy.
Yeah, that is true. Because I already have this next step which I want to take, which would be law school. I just know that my brain and my heart wouldn't want to go to law school until I am done with all the other things. So I want to finish this part of my life so I can start the next part of my life.
Which is amazing
We are two amazing people. Look at us go.
and very humble as well.
Oh, I never claimed to be humble. When I ever said I am humble, never. It wouldn't even be in top 100 things you use to describe, like words you use to describe me. Humble wouldn't even be in top 100.
I think humility is a great emotion to have to some
And
extent.
that wouldn't even be in top 200. So, other than that, is there something else you have hopes and wishes and dreams other than that we have already discussed?
Other than that, I am excited and hopeful about just being me. As I said, I don't want to stand in my path anymore because I have done that a lot in my previous years. I turned 31 this November and I am enjoying being myself. It comes more naturally to me. I don't feel the need to explain myself to anyone anymore or as much as I used to. I don't feel the need for validation. I don't feel I have to justify my decisions or wants to anyone. So, as they say, your 30s are your decade of becoming. I think that's what I'm hopeful and really looking forward to. Becoming more of myself. As I said in the beginning, I want to be more of who I am. So, I am hopeful for being less doubtful and more actionable. I want to not let my imposter syndrome take away all the caliber that I have. I'm looking forward to be more creative. I'm looking forward to more experiences. And I'm looking forward to getting tickets to Diljit Dosanjh concert, which is gonna start from Vancouver or our 2026 tour. And I am religiously checking his Instagram stories every day to see that I don't miss out on the announcement that tickets are live. And I am really, really, really excited for that because I love that man a lot. Or I should say I love his work a lot. And I love music
Yeah,
too.
I don't think so it's wrong to say you love that man.
Yes, I love that man. I'm gonna agree. But overall, I just love music too. So I'm really excited that I will get to see his show again. And I'm also excited for other music shows because in summer in Vancouver, there are lots of music events that happen. So I'm really looking forward to summer actually.
I cannot say I'm looking forward to summer because I cannot do an Indian summer again.
Okay, talking about music, talking about creativity, let me ask you a question to wrap this up.
Mhm.
What are your dreams and intentions for our podcast for 2026?
Funny that you ask because it's on my 30 things before my 30 list also, that I want to I want us to be regularly creating because we both love creating so much. And I do feel like one part of us, a huge part of us, is missing when we don't create. So my hopes and dream is that we get more regular with the podcast because we both want to. It's just like sometimes circumstances don't allow us to. I hope we get regular with it. I hope we have amazing people over as guests because that's something we want to introduce later on. So I hope we are able to do that. I also have hope that by end of this year we might be recording from the same place again.
Inshallah. I hope. That's amazing. I can say for myself that I want to not get fixated on quality. I'm not saying I want to produce content which is at a quality which is not consumable.
Hmm.
But I also don't want to get fixated on small things, which I know the people who are our audience would be very understanding of, considering
Hmm.
that we are recording from different places. We are new to editing, we are not pros at it. And I find myself getting fixated on small things and not being able to move on until that is resolved, which can also impact the regularity that we are hoping for. So I want to focus on being more regular and not get stuck on small quality issues.
I mean, as someone very intelligent said, that make it exist, you can make it pretty later.
Yes, exactly that. So you can also say this is my way to say to the listeners that please humor us with whatever quality we can produce. This was my monologue to basically say this.
I think you are right. Do humor us.
Also, please let us know what kind of topics you would want us to talk about, and maybe Instagram DM us, maybe drop a comment wherever you want to reach out. But please tell us what should we talk about.
Yes, and if someone wants to talk with us on here,
Then
that
also
too.
please DM.
Yeah, we are interested in all topics. We are interested in having conversations and holding space. So if there is anything you're passionate about and wanting to talk about,
Please reach out. We would absolutely love to have others join us and share your opinions because, as you know, we love being opinionated and we love people who are opinionated. On that note, until next time, we promise the next episode is very interesting, so please stay tuned.
see you. Bye.